Throughout this franchise, we have rebuilt the Athletics with a variety of free agents and players that we've drafted. We've seen Joe Michael come in and be the Cy Young winner in the American League and become a now 99 overall player. Then there are players such as Aaron Don, who's become an all-star and an everyday starter as a 90 overall and the first pick of the entire series. Miguel Cabrera, Yusniel Cruz, these are all players that have come in and demonstrated that they can carry us into the future. And today, we welcome the newest player to the active roster in Manny Reyes. We have an outfield now comprised of 3 players that have been drafted in this franchise. And now, we got the first baseman we hope can carry us into the future and take over for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's only 19 years old, but he has destroyed minor league competition in his 2 professional seasons. When we called him up last episode, he had a near 1200 OPS down at AAA. It's Manny's time, and he's not going to be alone. We're also going to bring up Doug Romero. I saw a lot of support for him in the comment section on last episode. With C potential, this is probably as good as he's going to get unless potential rises for him. And he's been an elite closer at AAA. I don't think we need the relief help, but it never hurts to have an additional arm. So both players will be set to make their debuts in this video. And we're really hoping we can play some better baseball in this episode, closing out August with a 3-8 stretch. Now going into the season's last month with a lot of road games, and we're going to play the rest of the year with only a pair of off days. So maybe that 9th bullpen arm will actually come in really handy. But the team's a little bit cold right now, and we need the offense to step up in the last month. And I don't know if Reyes is going to come in and change a whole lot, but we're going to give him an opportunity. September opens with a 2-4 loss to the Marlins, as Henry Vasquez has gotten a bit cold down the stretch. Although he does go 6 innings, only allowing the 1 run, this is another game that is the fault of a struggling offense. Whenever we have these bad stretches, we tend to count on Joe Michael to go out and fix things for us. And we're tied here in the 8th inning, 3 apiece. We got 2 on in the 8th inning, trying to end this losing skid, and Tyler Soderstrom is a triple away from hitting for the cycle. It's a lefty-lefty matchup against Larry Byrne, and Soderstrom delivers a hit to right field. Firing on home, gonna be close, and he's safe. Go ahead base hit for Tyler Soderstrom. He doesn't get the cycle, but he gives us what we're looking for. And a really good slide too by Royce Lewis. Got that right hand in over the tag of the catcher. Now we see if we can grab some insurance runs here. It's Yusniel Cruz. Now with 18 homers on the season, getting a 2-run blast in this game. Ooh, we got a couple Rookie of the Year favorites down below. Both Henry Vasquez and Yusniel Cruz. I'm not sure who has the better on-paper resume this year. Honestly, if you just looked at the stats without the names and the potentials, I think you'd go Vasquez. I think he's been a better pitcher than Cruz has been an outfielder this year. As I watch him pop out, obviously, and maybe threaten to end our rally here, but Vasquez has played at a really high level, and he filled in a more pressing need for the team at the same time. You're telling me the AL home run leader only has 35 homers in September? That is shocking. 1-2, and down goes Miguel Vargas. As we look to hopefully protect this 1-run advantage. Who we got on the mound right now? It is going to be Eli Morgan. So they bring in the setup guy I traded for. Jammed and right to second base. Lewis gloves it. So you spend the entire year, you can't get caught up in any one game or any one series. No win is too big, no loss is too big. Suddenly in September, it's the exact opposite as the magic numbers get thrown around and the season tightens up. Big spot here. We cannot afford to lose games that are winnable as we sit in second place. 2 outs for Morgan. And a fly ball hit well to left field. It sends Cruz back, and he gloves it on the track. Close one. Athletics move within 2.5 games of the Rangers. Man, I'm used to being in first place. Like, being within 2.5 feels like a huge loss for us, and hopefully we don't let that lead grow at all for Texas. We do have one series against them. I imagine we'll highlight that, assuming it ends up being a pretty critical 3-game series. 2-2 from Byrne, and popped up. It's Sweeney behind second base. First out. And what this offense could need here in September is somebody to get hot. A lot of these players are ascending. Yusniel Cruz, Aaron Don, Miguel Cabrera, Soderstrom, Sweeney, all these guys are still expected to get better. It's not unreasonable for one of them or two of them to get really hot and carry the offense in the final month. Aaron Don, 2 for 4. Gone on strikes. It's a picture-perfect changeup. Bottom 9. Here we go. I'm doing my best here to set up, Aaron Don for a big moment there in the 9th inning, but it was the pitcher who ended up throwing a nasty changeup. So Penn Murphy's on the mound now, trying to get us back to within 2 games. However, the Rangers currently lead the Boston Red Sox, and it's a leadoff single for Edwin Rios. I'm so glad they adjusted the wild card format to exactly what I wanted, a best-of-3 series in one city. But I really want to win this division. Right over the middle to Lane Thomas. Kind of a risky ball there. 2 strikes, though. Murphy's 0-2. Away with the slider. 2-2. Better pitch and fouled off by Thomas. Popped him up into right field. Carlson is there. 1 away. Jacob Berry, 214 hitter, under a 600 OPS, but he has a big homer in this game. Put into a big spot, bottom 9. And Murphy misses high. There's a slider in there. It's strike 1. Murphy jams him with the fastball to get ahead 1-2. A ground ball could potentially end this game. Murphy misses with the fastball. And this time he gets him on the high 4-seamer. 2 gone, and the game is up to 9 hitting Jace Young. 243, a 652 OPS. Not the biggest power threat in this lineup, but they're trying to turn it over. Murphy gets a chase, strike 1. Ooh, they're keeping an eye on Watson at first base, but not a good pickoff attempt. 15 pitches in and throw over for the 3rd or 4th time of the inning. Haven't even seen him take off for second yet. Fastball in there, strike 2. And he popped him up. In comes Vargas, and this game is over. The A's hold on and score a much-needed victory, ending this losing streak and keeping them within a few games of the Rangers. Soderstrom goes 4 for 4, 4 of the 9 hits, 2 of the 4 runs batted in, and we move on to a series against the Cubs. Winning 3-1 and scoring 2 of those runs in the 9th inning, Or the 11th inning, rather. All right, then. Manny Reyes apparently entered the game, did not have an at-bat. And Franmil Reyes had a pair of homers. And that's big to get back-to-back wins there. So that was Manny Reyes getting into the game for the first time. But he does not have an at-bat yet. And it's time to change that. Wow, we just got bailed out big time. St. Louis claimed Jordan Romano. We are officially off the hook for $6.5 million next year. That is awesome for us. I can't believe they claimed him. St. Louis isn't even good this year. But Romano on paper, who's assigned to their single A team at least temporarily, he's their third highest rated reliever. Enjoy, St. Louis, and thank you. Even if he's good, like $6.5 million given back to us a year from now, when our bullpen's in better shape without Romano, that's money we can spend. And one thing I wanted to keep in mind when it comes to our bullpen is, yes, we're getting a fantastic year for Penn Murphy. He might win some awards. He's still getting older. He's still regressing. As elite as he's been, you can't fight against Father Time here, and he's dropping pretty much all of these ratings, and he's not going to be getting any better. So we don't know what the future holds next year. He's elite right now. Hopefully it stays that way for at least one more season. Throughout his career, Vladimir Guerrero has been known for his power, but he has not been that elite power hitter this year, and while he has a respectable average against lefties, he only has 3 home runs and 138 at-bats against left-handed pitching. And we're going to give Manny Reyes a chance to show what he can do as he gets his first major league start. Off to Wrigley Field we go for this series against the Chicago Cubs, and Manny Reyes will be taking over first base. And we'll see if he can start to lay the foundation for making that his permanent home. Facing Reed Detmers in this start. And this is one of the best pitching teams this year in baseball. It's pretty vital we find a way to get some offense going against them. And we're off to a fine start. 1-0 and 2 on as Reyes has his first big league at bat. Runners at the corners and nobody out. That pitch is low. That's the sweeper from Detmers. In the air, left center field, and dropping in a base hit. Reyes has his first big league hit and RBI in his first at bat as the A's go up 2-0. So there's a souvenir. Well, not really a souvenir, but a little piece of series history for Manny Reyes. Hopefully helping us score some early runs. And here comes the next young star of this team, Yusniel Cruz. So Reyes doesn't have much speed. He's not a great defender. He is all offense. And he does his job in his first trip as Cruz drives in run number 3. And it's 5-0 as we move into the third, and they're already in their bullpen. This is Jordan Wicks and another lefty. And a pitch out. Hammered to deep left field, and that one's going to be caught. Reyes, between Double and Triple A this year, was our best minor league power hitter. I don't have the exact numbers because once you call a guy up, it clears those stats. You can't see them anymore. Ooh, Ohtani bunting here. Interesting. We'll try to beat him to the bag, and Ohtani can really do it all. Now he takes off, really showing how versatile he is, and that's down the line. Ohtani's going to try to score on this, and that's where his luck runs out. Nice job by Dylan Carlson getting that throw in quickly. A's up good here, 5-0. We go top 5. Facing Wicks again. And that ball is hammered. Goodbye! Reyes clobbers the first of his career. Big day in his debut. Manny Reyes, welcome to the bigs. Throw it back? Why would you discard history so easily? Unless you're talking about throwing it back, because Manny Reyes deserves to have his first home run ball. What a debut. Oh, and the silent treatment from his teammates. I think we have a lot of reasons to be excited about him. The offense exploding for 10 runs here. We're in the 6th inning, and Cole Phillips has a shutout in the works. Caught by Manny Reyes. 4 RBIs, a homer, and a single. And now he will hit from the left-hand side against Cade Horton. That one is away. So a chance to, well, stay within a game of the Rangers. They're a game and a half up right now. Lifted, shallow right. He's under it. And now 2 for 4 on the day. Ooh, some trouble there initially, but recovering. He's definitely going to be a work in progress defensively. But I think his bat is making up for it in this one, and he's got another RBI chance. Already on the board with 4. And now a bit out in front. Let's see if we can get home at least one more. Good cutter in there from Alexander. Game's already out of reach, but I'd love to run up the score a bit here and get Reyes a bunch of RBIs. Ooh, getting into protect mode there and a little too late. And this one is popped up. Foul ground as well, so there won't be an RBI for Reyes, but he's done his damage for the day. And it's 12-0 as we go bottom 9. Cole Phillips working a shutout into the night. This rotation is so impressive. We're going to look to wrap this one up for him. There's 2 gone. Hopefully get the last one. A's victorious. And Cole Phillips throws the complete game shutout. He goes the distance with no walks, only 6 hits against, and 6 strikeouts. Big day for Manny and Franmil Reyes, as Franmil had 2 homers in this game and 4 RBIs. And that's our first 3-game winning streak since the middle of August. We wrap things up against Shohei Ohtani and score 11, winning the series and sweeping the Cubs, which really damages their postseason hopes. Guerrero comes back after watching Reyes homer in his place. He delivers a home run, and Gilbert did a lot better than what we saw last episode when he recorded 0 outs. And yeah, 6 runs off Ohtani in 2 innings. I'd say that's pretty good. We continue the road trip and defeat the Yankees. That's a 5-game winning streak. Yusniel Cruz goes yard, and Vasquez gives us win number 12. I'm really curious what they would say right now for Rookie of the Year standings, because I would give it to Vasquez over him. Right now, Ronald Acuna would be the league MVP in the American League. Joe Michael would be your Cy Young winner. And Rookie of the Year, it's indeed Henry Vasquez. Despite this win streak, we're not in first place right now. The Rangers still a half game up, and the Astros now 9 games back. At least when it comes to the wild card, we're creating some distance there, as we're 8 games up on the Tampa Bay Rays. So we're getting closer to at least clinching a postseason spot. And if we wanted to assume that, like, if we're a wild card team, we end up facing the lowest seeded division winner, that would end up being probably the Central, but now the East doesn't look so good. So the Orioles, the Twins, those teams would be the likely opponent for whoever has that top wild card spot. But the East is not a done deal by any stretch. Looking to wrap this game up, but the Yankees walk us off and end the streak. It's a 5-4 game. On the next day, Emmanuel Clase is now in pinstripes. Yusniel Cruz has 2 homers, and it's still not enough. We lose back-to-back, and the pitching not quite as strong in this stretch. Manny Reyes not getting too many opportunities coming off the bench, so I think what I should be doing here as we simulate is just manually adjusting the lineup to get him more opportunities, because I do want to see him get more starts than this. In the finale against New York, Athletics take it 8-6. Manny goes 1 for 5. He had an RBI. That was not on a solo homer, but we did have 3 long balls in this game. A victory against Houston really pushes them back in 3rd place, 7-4, and 6 of those runs for us scored in the 8th inning. Manny Reyes delivers a 2-run homer in this game. Gilbert doesn't pick up the win, but he did put together another good start for us. And we are seeing the offense definitely pick up the pace. A lot of hot streaks now. Also helps when Joe Michael's in a hot streak, but his entire career feels like a hot streak. We're also seeing Franmil Reyes put his name up there for being the American League home run leader. He's only behind O'Neal Cruz, whose lead is partially because of all the homers he hit against us earlier in the year. Still, we are behind the Texas Rangers a game and a half. Despite all this success we've had in September. We face the Astros, and Guerrero with a pair of home runs helps us with a victory. We're taking another series in the division. Ooh, Doug Romero's trying to put this one away. I'm not sure why he's the one getting the save opportunity, but I'm curious to see if he can wrap it up. There should be a good reason why we don't have our regular closer in this spot. His stamina's a little bit down, so I can understand the off day, but in a 1-run game, I'd probably have him warm and getting in there. 1 more to go, a 3-2 game. Hoping to end the Astros season. Jacob Melton, the batter. Romero on the corner, strike 1. Fouled off, and 0-2. 1 strike away, and Romero misses low. Oh, wow, our offense was this hot while Luis Arraez had his coldest stretch of the year? That's surprising. 3 for 31. Soderstrom was 2 for 25. That's good if we're still winning despite the struggles of 2 core players. I thought they were on hot streaks, though. 1-2 now from Romero. And grounded to Guerrero. This one's over. And the Astros are swept in Oakland as we continue our pursuit of the postseason. And that is a victory for Joe Michael, who's still got a chance to go back-to-back 20-win seasons. Still a half game back. We're 8-2 over our last 10. Now got a series against the Colorado Rockies, and in this series, we're going to run into Joe Rock. I was really curious about him, and I might play that game. Also a chance to play with Gilbert again after last episode was abbreviated. So we win the first game against the Rockies 9-1. And we're getting a lot of offense right now from our first baseman. Vladimir Guerrero continues to play well. We're giving him off days when we play Reyes instead, and we drop 9 on the Rocks. Then, in the second game, they get the better of us, winning 4-2. So, we're about to play our finale against the Rockies, and then it's all division games until the postseason gets underway. I think Colorado has one of the best young cores in the entire series. Unfortunately, you still need more than that when you're up against the Dodgers, Padres, Giants, some big spending teams. They do have Vinny Gomez at 94 overall, and I would say he's probably the most valuable individual player, arguably, in the entire franchise. Age adjusted, of course. He's a proven superstar, and he's the perfect guy to give a 15-year contract to. But at starting pitcher, Nolan Asensio, he struggled this year, but he's a 24-year-old with A potential. Unfortunately, he struggled for the better part of his entire Major League career. One guy who isn't struggling, though, is another starting pitcher, Joe Rock. 28 years old, 81 overall, and suddenly breaking out in this season, just with 2 years until he hits free agency. That's who we're up against in today's video. By the way, I'd like to point out that last year we went 99-63. We're surely going to have a worse record this year, as we already have 62 losses. So this is likely going to be the first time in the entire series we don't improve off of the previous year. I'm not giving him the start in today's game because Reyes is going to play instead, but I would like to point out Guerrero does have 5 homers in today's episode. He's had a legitimately good couple weeks. I'll take that. I don't think we've lost a series yet in September, and I'm hoping to keep that streak going. We got Logan Gilbert, and we know last episode it was the worst start he's had in the entire series. Didn't record a single out. I think he got charged with 3 earned runs, but it was a disaster. Here's Adael Amador leading off for the Rockies. I never quite developed him fully in my series, so it's cool to see him work out here for the Rockies. Certainly after building with them, I'm curious to see how they do in this series. They've been obviously a slow builder, but they've brought in some really good players. So a base hit for Amador to get the day underway. As long as Gilbert gets 1 out, it's a step up from last episode. Carroll second on the team in homers. They have 4 guys who have crossed 20 this year. 239 season for Corbin Carroll. Big swing, and he comes up empty against the curve. 2-2, and swung on and missed. Strike 3. I can already tell he has better command than he did in that previous game. Okay, you apparently don't want to throw it low against Vinny Gomez. That's where he's at his best. I'm afraid to throw fastballs to him. There's a slider in there as we hope to keep the ball out of the danger zone. I'm not even sure what I want to throw. I like to work low, but it's not really an option here. Not the best option anyway. Fastball lifted, and I think we just missed a big swing. 2 gone. All right, bit wild here against the second baseman, Brendan Rodgers. Gilbert finds the zone. We're cheering for the Tigers down below. They trail the Rangers 2-1 in the 7th. And that's a walk. So another one of their valuable players. They have a lot of great picks from this series. And here's another first rounder. It's the catcher, Austin Gillian. Outside of Soderstrom, he's one of the best up-and-coming catchers in baseball. Rookie of the Year winner, 10 homers, 285, good defender. And now 2 aboard in the first. Good curve. Ooh, borderline. It goes Gillian's way. And now 3-2. Runners will leave early. Payoff pitch is in there. And it's swung on and missed. Gilbert wraps up the first. But now we're going to face the top pitcher this year for Colorado. It's Joe Rock, who has his own quest for 20 wins on the season. He's probably going to have to win all of his starts to close out. Maybe there's another... How many will he have? Maybe 4 starts remaining at most? Out in front is Zach Geloff, just a little bit early, 1 down. This is headed to right center field, and Vargas finds some space. Base hit. And now trying to chase down O'Neal Cruz. Franmil Reyes pops this foul. I did see, though, since I even checked the numbers, like Cruz has already hit 4 or 5 more homers. So he's probably going to be a little too far out in front as Reyes bounces one through. Hoping for a good AB now from Soderstrom, who has the top average now in the starting lineup, at least today. We don't typically play Reyes much anymore against lefties because the combo of Geloff and Vargas needs to be out there. Fishing for the slider and down 0-2. Not this time, and trying to get back in time. We can't do it. Don't often try to take off on those, and Soderstrom, he bounces it, and that will allow Reyes to move up. We could have had a run. And now a fly ball from Carlson, a little bit jammed, and it wraps up the inning. Just a little base running miscue there, and typically I'm good at not taking off when the catcher has a good block, but that time I thought we had it for whatever reason. Yanquiel Fernandez is the batter, and Gilbert looks for a quicker second. Jam towards Aaron Dawn, and that's a routine play. Good 12-6. That pitch has been on so far. And that is lifted for Manny Reyes, who will work on improving his defensive skills. Oh, that's right. It's Ivan Melendez. So he traded him to the Rockies this year. He's hitting 8th. 237 average. Does have 3 home runs on the season. And he's going to test the wall in right field as it is off the top. And he's going to check in at second with a double. That's some serious power there from the right-handed side to nearly go oppo. And another former A's infielder. It's Matt Chapman. Only a 182 hitter this season. Probably towards the end of his career now. And he does go around and can't hold back. Chapman strikes out. Can't catch up at 95. Only 11 homers on the year for Aaron Dawn. But picking up the pace here late, at least in the average department, up to 270. On the ground, and that's in a pretty good spot. Dawn beats it out for an infield hit. We'll see if we get a chance to steal here. Manny Reyes will hit. 286 on the year. Hasn't had too many at-bats, but at all levels, he's been a fantastic home run hitter. Already 2 in his big league career. 2-0. Right now, the plan is to see if he can make the playoff roster, assuming we make it. But I think that we're going to want his bat. 3-1. Kind of tempted here to run with Dawn. And that's what we're going to do. It's away, ball 4. 2 on for Oakland. And now we get to Yusniel Cruz. Fastball is in there. 62 RBIs is pretty good so far. I think he's done a good job with runners in scoring position in that case. This one's going to find center field grass. And speeding home is Aaron Dawn. 1-0 Athletics. And now we got Sweeney at the plate in the 9th spot. So many great games from him lately and all year. I feel like this season has I think this year has kind of revitalized his value to the offense. Good pitch on the inside edge. Strike 3. And then we got a couple of lefty mashers here, hoping to pick up where we left off. Geloff's out in front. High drive left field. Back on the track, and this one leaves the building. A 3-run homer for Zach Geloff, his 8th of the season. Just getting up and over into the first row. Thought that one had a chance. It definitely sounded good. 93 off the bat, it just has enough to leave. In Coors, that one's probably about 15 rows back. But it's 4-0 Oakland. Really good start offensively for Oakland. We're starting to look like the team we need to be going into the postseason. Already 7 hits in 2 innings for the offense. And Reyes is going to clobber one now. Way out to center. And this one's gone as well. 6-0. Breaking it open against Joe Rock. I think that we're all going to have just certain pitchers and like types of players we're going to have success hitting against. And just with Rock and his delivery throwing this off-speed stuff, everything looks like a beach ball right now. Partially because they're all over the middle and pretty hittable. Looks like Rock's day is done. And the quest for 20 wins might be falling a little short. Wow, that got out in a hurry, but it's significantly foul. Strike 3, though, on Soderstrom, as the Rockies bullpen is going to have to work some overtime. Right field, Carlson. Oh, he almost had it. Usually, if you're close enough, they'll give you the dive indicator, and we still nearly got there without it. So Amador has a pair of hits. Top 3. Amador takes off, and that pulled Sweeney away from a routine double play. So instead of 2 outs, it's 1st and 3rd, nobody out. Funny how baseball works. Vinny Gomez. Deep to right, and down the line, it's foul. In there at the knees, a tough curve. Pretty much all of his curveballs have been excellent today. That one as well, but it's off the plate. Low on the slider, and the count full on Gomez. This one misses, and they are full. So a 6-run cushion for Gilbert, but the Rockies trying to chip away. Out in front and ahead now. 2 strikes on Brendan Rodgers. Tapped it. We're going to go to 3rd. Vargas across for the double play. I think that was the best play we could make there. At this point, I certainly lean towards signing Miguel Vargas to maybe a 2 or 3 year extension, and certainly getting the money back for Jordan Romano's deal would cover a lot of his next year's salary. I think his defense, though, has been really strong. 2 strikes on Austin Gilliland. Almost got him there. Again, full count for Logan Gilbert. And he walks Gilliland. That is knocked down by Vargas. Looking to recover, but not in time. Knocking it down probably saved a run at least. But the bases are loaded all over again for Ryan Cermak. Not getting the sharpest outings out of Gilbert lately. That's foul. Already a long enough inning, I'd say. And now 2 strikes. Can you give us one more good pitch to end the inning? Got him that time. Only allowing one is an absolute gift in that inning. Up again here in the third. Manny Reyes, second at bat. He lifts this towards right center, but it is playable and caught. And now we got Yusniel Cruz. It's fun having these two back-to-back because I feel like, with either one, they're both ascending players, so they can easily outperform their ratings and start to bring their overalls up. So feels like any at-bat could just be a huge homer or something. That's the mentality I have hitting with them right now. Of course, you do have to swing on time to get a home run. And we fail to do that, ending the third. We're top of the fourth inning with Ivan Melendez, and he's gone on strikes. Wow, that is hit a ton to left field. Matt Chapman, back in Oakland, sends it in the seats, and it's 6-2. Yeah, he just missed his splitter that time. And this is hit down the line and right, and Amador has a home run. And the lead is trimmed to just 3. I don't think Gilbert's going to last much longer in this game. Just enough to get it out of here. 3-for-3 start for Adael Amador. At least we got Carroll to chase one way inside. We're hoping to get this inning over with. Gilbert's been a curious player since we got him. Like, the info on him we had, I thought meant he would be a pretty consistent, maybe not top-level pitcher. He's been, like, extreme high variance. I didn't think that would be the case. He's like a veteran who's, figured things out. I thought he'd be mostly, like, unexciting. Doesn't strike out a ton, doesn't give up a ton of home runs, just kind of gets outs. Except for it hasn't been that way, and Gomez just missed a homer. 0-2. Trying to keep it out of the zone, Logan. Come on, you don't have to throw strikes right now. You're 0-2 on him. Good job holding back. We do have action in the bullpen. This could be his last batter. Gomez grounds it, and Geloff turns the double play. Already a 6-3 game as we're through 3, and we're in the Rockies bullpen, and ours isn't far behind. Hard to believe the scoring's going to end here. Sent to center field, and Sweeney is aboard on the base hit. So here is the difference maker in the ball game, Zach Geloff with his 3-run homer. Right field this time, trying to split the gap, and it's run down. 36 homers on the year for Manny Reyes, up with 2 down here in the 4th. Leads the team in hits, hitting .266. And in the 2 years, pretty close to 70 combined home runs. 3-1 on the way, and fouled back. It works the count full. Had a good fastball to drive that time. And now with the runner leaving, a drive hit out to deep left field. Back again! Got a home run! Manny Reyes with his second. And the A's lead at 8-3. What a day. These games are fun. We're right back to that fastball down the middle. That's not the pitch you want to put away an inning, especially against this guy. Can we play against the Rockies every day? Right field, Soderstrom, gone off the foul pole. And it's a home run derby here by the Bay. Pitching change for Oakland. We will play Aaron Ashby today. I forget if we do get one of our few off days after this game between series. But I'm only planning on probably one inning with him. I like to keep him available for later games. And there's one gone. As steady as they come in the bullpen. Strike 3 on Austin Gilliland. You know, we have Gilbert just struggle to get his way through 4 innings, and then you watch Ashby come in. It's such a huge juxtaposition to see how much easier it is with him. But despite all this success, Manny Reyes only has a walk and a run in this game. Let's see if he can join the fun a bit more. 9-3, bottom 5. I gotta stop swinging at everything here. I'll get it out of my system eventually, but when I'm first starting to hit with a guy, I want to hit, you know, every pitch. I gotta wait all this time between at-bats. Just too excited. Hammered foul, got in front of that fastball. Well, if it's going to be a walk, that's the way it is. And that is the way it is. So Manny Reyes with a pair of walks, not trying to do too much. And now we got Yusniel Cruz. And now I'm trying to do too much. And a drive lifted to deep right field. Back on the track, but run down. Close call for Yusniel Cruz. That was an interesting pitch there. A slider up and just lined over short. He already has 1 3-run homer. Let's see what Geloff has in store this time. Continuing to hit in the leadoff role. Just can't find any reason to take him out of this spot. And I think he's doing great. Hitting .275. He's gotten a lot more opportunities, but he's kept that average relatively high. 3-0, by the way, with 2 gone. The light's green, and he's under it. Yeah, I'd swing at that again. That's a lucky break for the pitcher. So let's get a look here at Doug Romero, who only has 1 big league inning, but I feel like he's been earning this opportunity for a really long time. He's not the highest potential prospect, but I think when it comes to the bullpen, you kind of throw a lot of that out the window. Like, bullpens aren't made up of 80-plus overall B potential players. You're going to have a lot of C potential guys. Cermak, left field, and out of here. That's a tough break for Doug. But you're going to have a bullpen where at least a couple of your guys, and likely a lot more, are these C potential, maybe career minor leaguers who finally get a chance. And unfortunately, we've given up a few homers in today's episode. The Rockies think they're still in Coors Field. This game is playing out like it is Coors. It's been like 6 homers. That's better. Romero can't make the play. It'll be Sweeney a tad late. Melendez beating out the infield hits. How come Aaron Ashby is the only guy that's come in and just shut the offense down? I think we're seeing why we had to pay him over $8 million a season. Good changeup on Chapman. Not trying to see him go yard again. Really good slider. Let's see if Romero can get the next 3 outs. Chapman's not going to make it easy on him. He can get that fastball up there. I just want to test the bat speed of a guy who's well past his prime. Strike 3. We just ran him out of gas there, I think. Dale Amador's having a perfect day. He's 3 for 3, and he might go 4 for 4 if he could just keep that fair. And now he bounces it to Geloff. Quick play, and just one. If we apply the tag, we can probably get 2 there. Might be the last episode I get up prior to Christmas, so Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everybody. Hope y'all are doing well as we continue to play this baseball in December. If you told me a year ago it'd be all baseball over here for the most part, and I'd have a big MLB series, I'd wonder where that came from. Doug Romero walks Corbin Carroll, so 2 aboard for Vinny Gomez. Soderstrom wants the fastball away, and it's a little too far outside. I just never seem to get my fill of this game. Like every series I end up doing in franchise goes on forever. The Twins franchise spanned multiple games, the Rockies franchise spanned multiple years, and this one is approaching 100 episodes. I didn't think that I'd be here in December still playing MLB. But I just love playing this game. Strike 3. I think we all have those games where the time can just melt away and hours fly by and it feels like minutes. And for me, that's when I'm playing franchise mode, be it Madden, MLB. You know, as unhappy as I am considering where I think like the Madden franchise should be, I still really enjoy playing franchise in that game. I think this game has an even more bare-bones franchise mode. Like, EA is far ahead of what is in this game feature-wise, but the gameplay is so good. I think the sim engine is quite good, and I love so many of the ins and outs of this game. I could go on and on about it. Nothing else can I sink this much time into. And this is not what I play for recreation, but when I'm having days like this, it feels like it. I am planning, once we get to the new year, kind of reviewing the channels and everything that I did a year ago. I did the same thing last year, but nice spear by Manny Reyes. I definitely put more effort into kind of re-strategizing how I did certain things in 2023. That's why, I upload a little bit less content now. I'm looking at continuing to see what changes I want to make next year. But I hope I can be more experimental on the second channel in 24. Going around is Gilly and never had a chance with that swing. We're going to bring in Ricky Griggs now with 1 gone or 2 gone in the 7th. And a weak grounder gathered by Trey Sweeney. You know, the evaluation on the second channel is going to be pretty easy. For over 6 months, I just posted MLB, and that was about it. I like a little more variety, and now I have dialed back the number of uploads. I'm aiming for basically 1 a day. It's been, a little bit less than that during football season, and I do end up probably taking more time away from content creation this time of year. But certainly there's more I hope to accomplish in the next year to come. We're going to have a new Madden series here popping up on the channel before the end of the year. Really looking forward to that again. And we'll see how much longer we go with the A's, but certainly doesn't feel like we're close to the end. Bouncer up the middle and through, a base hit for Manny Reyes. And that is a base hit for Yusniel Cruz. The A's looking for that 10th run. Can they continue this 2-out rally? We got Trey Sweeney. I am not pulling him from the game. He's 2 for 3. Wow. The cutter was right there, and I couldn't hold back a split second. Bouncer to short. And the inning is over. 5-run game as we head into the 8th inning. And we're going to make a change. Here is Kendrick Haynes. Haven't pitched with him in a little while. I'm hoping I can start to avoid the home runs with him. At least it's not a close game. I'm actually curious if that home run rate of his has fallen at all, because it was absurd for a while. I had some pretty bad luck. 9 homers in 53 innings. I don't think that's a great rate. 1.5 per 9 innings is certainly on the higher end. Strike 2 to Ryan Cermak, who showed us some power in his previous AB. The 0-2. Got him. Strike 3. Strike 3 now on Ivan Melendez. Haynes picking up the K's. And that brings up Matt Chapman. Oh, that's a perfect pitch. I disagree with that call. You know, Haynes is not a big 1-2-3 inning guy. There tends to be a base runner somewhere in there. Amador's 3 for 4. And a blast headed towards Cruz. He will glove it and send us bottom 8. In the air, center field, Zach Geloff back in the hit column. We're hitting the lefties awful well here in this game. Miguel Vargas now is 2 for 4. And lines out to short. Reyes making a push for 40 home runs. He already has 2 in this game. I'm pretty confident he could get 3 more before the end of the year. If we had a 40 home run hitter in this series, Reyes testing the limits. Caught on the track. Nearly a 3rd home run. Bounced it through the right side. 16 hits on the day for Oakland. And coming off the bench, we're going to get Miguel Cabrera an at-bat. It was going to be an off day for him. And hopefully, like, when you do this, it doesn't, like, mess with the stamina recovery too much. I just kind of wanted to get him in there. 5-run game for the Rockies. 2 gone. Just a piece. A lot of multi-hit games in this lineup. Geloff, Vargas, Reyes, Soderstrom, Cruz, and Sweeney. All 2 hits or more. I didn't say Reyes' name, but he has a hit and 2 walks. So he's been on base multiple times. We're in a heck of a battle right here. Allen has thrown a lot of good pitches. He's trying to beat him low and inside. Cabrera, not letting it happen. We're 3-2 now. Logan Allen. High drive, left center field. This one is back, and Cabrera delivers the 3-run knockout punch. What an at-bat for Miguel Cabrera. Launching number 10. The A's lead it 12-3 as they look to close in on the postseason. I'm sorry, it's 12-4. What a day. We're hitting our stride in September just like we were looking for. Let's wrap this one up. Looking for a series win against the Rocks. It is an 8-run lead. Andre Palante enters. Big 12-6. Such a fun pitch. I look forward to that every time I bring him out. Lifted for Dawn in center field. And that's 1. And now he strikes out Vinny Gomez on 3 pitches. 0 for 5, or 0 for 4, whatever it is. Vinny does not have a hit in today's game. Two strikes on Brendan Rodgers, as Palante looks to put this game away. Strike 3 on the big 12-6, and that's about as fun as it gets. A 12-4 win for Oakland. having our own little mini home run derby in this game. We were launching the ball left and right. Zach Geloff had one of the biggest hits of the day, helping open up our early lead, while Manny Reyes made sure the Rockies would never catch it. 3 homers on the day for the Rockies, but they could not get runners aboard for those big hits, while we hit 5. You know, when I'm editing these videos, I wouldn't say editing is the most fun part of making YouTube content, but when you play a game like this, I legitimately look forward to the editing session I'm going to have because I get to watch back all those home runs. September is going just as planned, maybe even better. We are going to go on the road, though, for a pair of series before returning home for the last 2 of the year. 4 more series. We're 87 and 62. That puts us a game and a half behind the Rangers. We're playing our best baseball right now, and if our best isn't enough, you just have to hand it to Texas, but this fight isn't over yet. They got Toronto, who isn't very good, Detroit, who isn't very good, and the Giants, who aren't very good. So we're going to probably have to do this ourselves. If we don't win the series or outright sweep them, they're probably winning the division. An update on where we stand, though, throughout the league. We have the 4th best team batting average, and that's only gotten better throughout the year. We're a top 10 scoring offense once again. And when it comes to the long ball, we're 4th in hitting home runs now. So we've definitely gotten better than the first couple months of the season. But we've been a really good pitching team this year, and way better than I ever expected. We do still have the best ERA in all of baseball, and it's not exactly close. We have the most complete games, shutouts. We have tied for the least hits allowed, the least overall runs allowed and earned runs. No one hits home runs less than our opponents. And despite how good all of that is, we're a game and a half out of first. The Rangers have clinched, and I think with 2 or 3 more wins, we will do the same. 11 games up on the Red Sox. 37 home runs now for Manny Reyes. And we got Manny Reyes' his debut today. He only has a couple, but it was a really successful start to his major league career. He is 5 for 16, 2 homers, 7 RBIs, already making a contribution that might earn him postseason playing time. I think the question does become, though, once we get to the postseason, assuming he makes the playoff roster, is he starting over Vladdy, at least against lefties? Are we going to be at that point? Joe Michael has 18 victories. He probably gets 2 more starts, I'd say, maybe 3, depending on how we are standing at the end of the year. If we want to skip his last start, that's something I'll consider, whether he's at 19 or 20. But I feel really good about the team, and I'm looking forward to wrapping up this regular season pretty shortly. 1 or 2 more videos, I'd say. That is it for today, everybody. I hope y'all are enjoying our time here with the A's in season 6. Is it 6 or 7 now? I forget. And I hope that you're having a good time here around the holiday season. Y'all take care. If you wouldn't mind leaving a like on your way out, I'd appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, but I'm sure you probably have by now if you want to. Y'all have a good one, and I'll see you next time.